All right, welcome in. First episode of the 95 Rivals weekly show, podcast. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's 95 Rivals, Sox and Yanks. I'm Chris. This is Anthony. Anthony, unfortunately, is a Yankees fan. I am gratefully a Red Sox fan. So, this show's going to be the Red Sox-Yankee rivalry throughout the season. We're going to do weekly updates. We'll have some other fun videos. And, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if you guys like it. We'll take suggestions, and we'll do what we got to do. So, Anthony, how you doing today, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing spectacular right now, buddy. Probably better than you.
Little bit better than me, yeah.
Season is early, but I'm doing better.
Right.
I'm excited.
Well,
Do a little baseball banter,
very excited about the banter. You guys come out 3-0, coming in hot, huh?
Yeah, but you can't start paying attention to the Yankees until after the All-Star break. Judge is probably going to get hurt.
Judge is definitely going to get hurt and miss like a month, coincidentally, right in the middle of the season, and he'll come back fresh for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But then you got the Yankees collapse will happen at some point, like it does every year, right?
Oh no, absolutely. We're going to collapse, and I'm going to be able to see that because I'm going to have a great view from flying in, sitting on the Gulfstream that your manager used with Rafi Devers' contract money. That's what I'm going to do.
Listen,
Okay, we'll have a great view of that.
you should be thanking us for that, first of all, because he doesn't
he's
seem to be a Yankee killer anymore. You know what I mean? Judging on this series. Did he even do anything for you guys? I didn't see
He didn't really do too much.
No. Struck out a bunch of times. About that.
Well, so did Judge too. I'm not gonna.
Well, but Judge is either striking out or hitting a dong 480 feet. So, I guess
just so that people out there know, I am not a pontificating expert. I'm just someone who likes the game. I watch the games. I listen to most of them on the radio. I'm a fan my whole life, so there might be some things that, I'm not Carl Rabbits or anybody like that.
Listen, I think it's going to be pretty apparent that we're not experts here. You know what I mean? We just like to talk shit. We like baseball. We like the rivalry, which, some people say it's dead. I don't think it's dead. I don't know how it could ever be dead, to be honest with you.
I would say it was probably dead, but I think someone got the defibrillator out, and I think they resuscitated. I think last year.
Listen, we had some lull years. I wouldn't call it dead. That's all.
Okay.
We had some down years though with the rivalry.
This is what I mean by dead. What I mean by dead is when the Yankees and Red Sox play, do most people care?
Right. Well,
the reality is, me and you care because we're a bunch of not. But your average fan. I think for a couple of years, I think a lot of people thought the rivalry. Okay, let's not say dead, but wasn't anything what it was.
Right. Sure.
But I think it's back. I think the baseball I think is trending in the right direction. I think the World Baseball Classic kind of helped a little bit. I know the end of last year. What more do you want from the playoffs or a Game 7?
Seriously, great World Series, no doubt. And yeah, you're right. The WBC helped this year. We'll see if that lasts. Or if that's just going to be, when's the honeymoon going to be over for that? But we'll see if we can carry it in.
We'll see. But like I said, I'm very optimistic, and
well, that's good.
I have so much I can say right now, but we got to get through some stuff. So
yeah,
let's get to it. What's next?
All right, so this first episode is a little different than what we're going to do weekly because we only have a couple games. Sox are playing today. Actually, they start this afternoon. We're recording this on Sunday, 3/29. So for this episode, we're going to do some off-season grades, right? We're going to do a quick recap of the couple games we had so far, and then we'll talk about our expectations for the season. You know what I mean? So, all right, yeah, let's start it with the off-season grades. Okay, so you want to go first?
All right, I'll go first.
All right, so Anthony's grade was a C.
I think I'm going to give them a C.
Okay, explain yourself.
Well, I'm going to give them a C because, I've heard people talk about they didn't do anything. that they did do a little bit. As I see it, we're not very much different than the team we were last year.
Yeah.
I that I think we should do better, but I think we should do better because of players that we had last year, not necessarily people that we off season.
Sure.
I think if Cole can stay healthy, he was on our team last year. He just happened to be hurt,
Sure.
so that's not really an upgrade. My man Cam Schlittler, boy, I mean, he came up at the end of last season, so he was already on our team. So if he could be a key contributor, in the starting rotation, and then if Judge can stay healthy and Giancarlo can stay healthy, and we don't act like we're the freaking who's the team that the Harlem Globetrotters always used to play.
Couldn't tell you.
If we don't play like them in the outfield, doing errors that we don't see in T-ball,
Yeah.
then I think we should be good. But overall, in the offseason, I think we're the same team kind of that we were last year. What about you?
Yeah. So I mean, I would tend to agree with you. Not a bunch of big moves, Just looking to get Cole back for sure, because that could be that's a game changer, no doubt.
Yeah, it is.
So I went with a C plus. I went just slightly better than average. Now, you might disagree. I don't really care if you agree or disagree, but I feel like it's not about feeling. Our pitching got better. Now, we'll see how that plays out. But on paper, right? Don't even start laughing, okay? We had who went yesterday? Who went on Saturday? That was Sonny Gray. Right? He's a new addition. Didn't have a great first start for us. Okay? Bottom line. But we also added Ranger Suarez. Should be a good arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got Crochet. I don't know why I couldn't think of Crochet's name, but we got Kara Crochet already, right? You already got a number one. You didn't need a number one starter. You needed a number two guy. Bayo, I don't know. We'll see. But, and I know what you're thinking, okay? The bat. Where's the bat? Where's the bat? I get it.
Where's the bat?
I get it. We tried to do that, but then listen, let me finish. In epic Red Sox fashion, it's like, these guys will be fine. So we get Wilson Contreras as our big bat. I like him. He ain't Rafi Devers. He ain't Alex Bregman either. So we lost Bregman. We lost Devers halfway through the year, but we lost Bregman in the offseason. Didn't really replace him. See how that plays out. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I don't think we had a bad offseason. I think it was a little bit better than average. We just missed the big bat.
I think you had a typical offseason. I think that your owner, it is what it is. I think if you guys had the old man, the old Steinbrenner, I think if you had him, you'd win every World Series from now to the cows come home.
Well, maybe anybody would,
The reality is, like, you guys don't want to pay for stuff. It is what it is. I mean, we could sit here and pontificate, but the reality is they say they're in on this, they say they're in on that. I get it. The Red Sox got money. The Red Sox can match offers, and they don't because they want to save it now.
100%.
They might have a formula. They looked at last year and said, look how far we got, when instead of reinvesting the money, we bought a new helicopter with Rafi Devers' contract.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we can get helicopters and be competitive. I mean, if the benchmark for the Red Sox now, which I'm sad to say is just being competitive, then yeah, you guys get a C+. But like I said, you guys had Bregman and Rafi and lost both of them and didn't replace either one.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
That's how I see how you. As far as pitching is concerned, your pitching is significantly better. I'll give you that.
Significantly better. Yeah, it should be on paper at least. We'll see what happens.
But I think, and I'm not the Red Sox expert like you are, but I think that your recipe for continued success isn't pitching significantly better. It's pitching a little bit better and two bats.
Right. Or just one big bat would have been fine.
I had one big bat. Bregman was a big bat.
No, that's what I mean. Is we did okay without Rafi, but when you lost Bregman, it was like, what are you going to do now? Like, even if five guys hit 20 home runs, it's not replacing.
Well, no. So
your 30, 40 home run guy. That's gonna, Just not going to do it.
So
we
yeah,
got
you get
Jaron
right.
Duran batting fucking cleanup. DHing. You know what I mean?
You say you got to replace one bat. Yeah, replacing one bat puts you where you were at last year.
I
talking
think a
about
little bit better
I
because
got
we
you.
did add other smaller bats. So if we replace the big bat, then we still added some small bats. So we're a touch better if we replaced
sure.
the big bat. I think hitting wise, yeah, we probably went down a little bit overall. We'll see
Yeah,
what happens.
think-
We'll see what happens. But
Okay, well, there's only one way to tell. Keep on watching.
that's it. Keep on watching, man. Keep on watching. So that's
Did you hear that?
those are our off-season grades.
You didn't hear that, did you?
Didn't hear what?
That was John Henry flying by in his helicopter.
Oh yeah.
He's flying outside of
Oh
his
my
helicopter.
goodness. Never gonna hear the end of this fucking helicopter.
No,
I'll
you
tell
know.
ya.
You know.
So I was listening to the lineup for today's Red Sox game. They're throwing Yoshida in there in left field today, starting him. Not
Does
sure
he
how I
have
feel
a
about
position?
that. What's that?
Does he have a position?
Yeah, today it's left field.
No, I'm saying like on his official,
Yeah, well, I think it's technically
on his
it's
baseball.
out.
What do you know? How did he do in the baseball classic? Did he play?
He started out really good. He kind of tailed off at the end, but he was awesome. But that's look back to the last one. The same thing happened. He plays for Japan and he's nasty, and then he comes to us and it's just, I don't know if it's because he doesn't play a lot, but then also he clearly at the first couple of years he couldn't make it through a whole MLB season. He would always need time off. He got hurt or whatever. They throw him on the 30 day or something. It's just I don't know. I don't know if he doesn't like playing here. I don't know. Like not here. Here, I mean in the U.S. I don't mean at the Red Sox. I think he's a great guy. I think everybody loves him. I think it's just I don't know. So it was one of those contracts where didn't exactly work out. But I don't hate the guy. I like him. It just
I mean, he was a big part of your postseason last year, wasn't he? Didn't he have something to do with you guys getting in the playoffs in the first place?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He comes in once in a while and has a huge at bat. Like it happens. But is it worth it keeping him? I like I said, who's gonna take him? I don't know.
Well, so who's going to take him? And then, so he's on you got guys sitting down in the minors, right? So if you want to get rid of him, who are you going to put in there?
I mean, here's the thing. How about somebody that can hit lefties? Rob Refsnyder? Wouldn't be the worst guy. Guy crushes lefties.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't he like the all-time leader in crushing
Dude, he
lefties?
crushes lefties, and he's not even on the roster. And I get it. It's Yoshida. We're paying him a bunch of money, but I don't know. It could go either way. You never know what's gonna happen. It's still early.
So what's your expectation for these guys this year, then?
You want to do some? Well, let's do our recap first.
All right.
Let's do our. So I didn't even fill these in, but whatever. We're rolling.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Sox lost 6-5 in the 11th inning. Didn't add that in there. Good production value. Yanks won all 3 games, right?
All 3 games.
You gave up 1 run in 3 games?
Gave up 1 run.
That's crazy.
Giving up, and the first one was scored in the 4th or 5th inning, whatever, of last night's game. So
yeah,
the Yankee pitching, man, coming out strong.
Coming out hot. Who pitched for you guys?
Means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Now, you guys, on the other hand, you guys, what is like a national new pastime? Is it like going lobster fishing and then leaving men on base with you guys?
It is right now.
How many hits would you guys have?
First game, I think we had 87. We had 87 singles in the first game against the Reds, and we got 3 runs.
Pretty much, that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
That's reminiscent of that's old school Yankee talk right there. Leaving 18 men on base.
Yeah, which listen, if you put 40 guys on base and leave 20, you did pretty good. But that's not sustainable. It's not going to be like that every game where everybody's hitting singles. You know, I don't know. It's not going to happen.
I will tell you something on the recap. You were telling me about the ump. We all know the ump.
CB
We all know
Buckner.
the ump, but we shall not mention. So you were saying how most of the stuff that he did, a lot of, well, not mo- a lot of the stuff got overturned, right?
Well,
Here's the
he
thing.
eight challenges yesterday, and 6 of them were overturned.
Right.
But he also had 16 blown calls that you know Statcast showed 16 blown missed calls, wrong calls, whatever you want to say.
Here's the thing with that for me though. So I think that they're having the whole pitch challenge thing and the technology. I guess it's going to help move the game along. It's going to be maybe fairer. I guess I don't know about moving the game along quickly, but I do remember old school baseball was look if the umpire called strikes that were a little bit outside the zone, but they were close, and he was consistent with those calls. That used to also be part of the game. Now
Sure.
you knew where
Yep.
the where it was, and if he was consistent, everybody was doing the same thing, and so then there's baseball. Like, okay, it's a little outside. Now I know where now I know where his strike zone is, and then go with it.
Yep.
So as far as the whole whatever, yeah, I guess he's missing calls. But if you go over all of those calls, and most of them are kind of like on the corner,
Right.
and he's called that zone consistently, whatever.
But it, even if they're close, if it's consistent like that, the batter can see it because the batters are calling it and they're getting it right.
But are they really though? But, see, but I understand. But is it so now? I think they're doing that because they have that technology, so they know they can call it. Whereas before, like you didn't have a challenge, but if it's consistent, you got to go swing at that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It only works if it's because it has to be fair for everybody. He
Yeah.
can't do it for the Sox and then not the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? In
Sure.
order for that to work, as I'm saying it, he has to call that consistent strike zone throughout the whole game.
Right.
And I used to hear that. I know when you were a kid, you would be like, well, it was a little outside, but he's been calling that all day. And,
Oh, yeah.
That's you got to swing.
Yeah.
See, those are the things that baseball that they think kind of help the game along. It kind of takes away some of the old schoolness of the baseball.
Sure.
So you can go ahead with your blaming the umpire.
I'm not blaming the umpire.
Yeah, but
We
I'm trying to
lost.
like it to be.
We lost in 11. It is what it is. We lost our challenges in the 3rd inning. We didn't have any more, which that's another thing is, strategy, right? It's like if you got a guy like Buckner out there, you can't lose your challenges in the 3rd. Like you got to save those even if you think it was wrong. Like you better be 100% before the 6th inning because you're saving those. Like we're losing and we're out of challenges. Like we shouldn't have used them out that early. But it's still new.
Yeah.
It's a learning process. It's going to be a strategy, saving them and just using them at the end, 9th inning, whatever.
The analytic geeks are already on that. They're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
have some kind of, they're going to have some kind of, whatever that's going to tell them up. By this time tomorrow, they'll have the spreadsheet out. Do
Right.
I call it or not? The wind variance is this, and there's 8 granules of sand that left the mound when he kicked.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, don't challenge. They'll have something for that. You don't worry.
Oh, for sure they will. For sure.
Nerds. You remember the days when, like, if a pitcher was really good and a situation, Yankee Sox, didn't even have to be like playoffs, just a regular game.
Yep.
Bottom of the 9th, right? Your pitcher's dealing. The manager never comes out.
Yeah.
Dory doesn't even come out to say, like, you're dealing, you're pitching.
Right.
Now they got to come out and be like, look, I know you struck out 17 of the last 17 batters, but you thrown X amount of pitches, so we got to take you out.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing is. And I get it. It's career longevity. I mean, it is what it is. I know.
How much do these guys get paid?
They get a lot, dude.
Yeah. They go, dude, you're guaranteed $300 million. All right.
Right.
Boo hoo with that.
Right.
And they deserve it. They deserve every bit. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. Never against anybody making money, but this whole thing, the athletes and they gotta save their whatever. What? So you make 105 instead of 98 million?
Yeah.
They ain't getting no tips from me.
Yeah, I got you. So here's another thought. I didn't think of this. Heard it on the radio. Shout out to WEEI. So in an example like yesterday, Red Sox Reds, we lose our challenges in the third inning. So now we can't challenge a ball or strike anymore. I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm just throwing this out there as a legitimate thing. If the ump knows, okay, the Sox don't have any challenges left. Reds got both. Are his calls going to lean a little bit towards the Reds way because they know we can't challenge it?
I mean,
that's a thing we didn't have to deal with before, though.
Well, to me, that would be corruption.
Of course
if
it would.
If the answer to that question is yes, then essentially what you're saying is, are we going to corrupt acts by the umpire?
But I don't even mean it's like fully like intentional, like subconsciously. If the ump knows this team's out, like without even really meaning to do it, he could just be leaning towards the Reds. Now, listen, these guys should be professionals. That shouldn't even come into play. But we're dealing with human beings, right? So right. Anything's on the table as far as what it's going to do to your subconscious. I thought it was an interesting question. Thought I'd bring it up.
Right, and I think that's a valid point. I think that if it was going to be a corrupt act, it would involve probably sports betting from this crap that we've seen from that and all these prop bets. That right. It really would, like, you know what I'm saying? And for that, I mean, I think that goes across all sports and all umps and refs and things. But
sure.
But no, I get what you're saying. I mean, I guess maybe it's human nature, but you would like to think that that's not a problem. But
you would like to, for sure.
There's a thing. There's a human element in the game, right? So, for now anyway, they're trying to get rid of it. Don't get me wrong. Like,
yeah, I mean, I still think we're a long way from automatic balls and strikes, as in it's going to be fully automated, like it was in the minors last year.
Yep.
I think we're still quite a ways from that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to think so.
Yeah.
Look, who knows? I mean, okay, so 5 years from now, are you thinking that we're having the calls and strikes automated right now?
5 years?
Yeah, 5 years ago.
I don't know. I don't think it'll be before that.
I'm saying 5 years. 5 years ago, did you think that you see this pitch stuff?
No.
Like, I don't put anything past anything right now. Especially when it comes to the ability to not have to pay somebody.
Right.
Whenever it comes to the ability not have to pay somebody, which means more money in your pocket, I don't put nothing past it. I mean, look at all the stuff they've already done, you know, with baseball.
They've done a lot.
So.
They've done a lot. In the pitch clock, great implementation of the pitch clock.
Awesome.
Everybody loves it. Nobody's complaining. Nobody even notices it anymore. You know what I mean?
But you remember how much uproar there was?
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people about that.
Yeah. And then it's a complete non-issue now, and it 100% sped the games up.
And it's not even really that much a part of a game.
Right. Early consensus this year is that the games are getting a little longer again, maybe because of the balls and strikes things. But that'll even out as well, I think. You know what I mean? I think that'll even out, and it'll be a non-issue at some point. Maybe not this year. You know, maybe it takes a year or two to get used to it, but I think at some point the balls and strikes thing is going to be the same as the pitch clock, and it's going to be a non-issue. You know what I mean?
So you got your recap, and you said the first game. What about the second game there, buddy?
What do you mean? Yesterday?
Yeah, what happened yesterday?
We lost 6-5. I said that.
I know.
You want me to say it again? Like, I know we lost, bitch.
What I want you to say is, I thought we were supposed to be winning games by, like, having people not score runs because our pitching is so awesome. Well, that's what I thought you were going to say.
Well, Sonny Gray, didn't have a great outing. I'm not worried. So, listen, there's going to be plenty of times where people are going to come out and get shelled. It's going to happen. I wouldn't say he got shelled, but he didn't have a great outing either. You know what I mean?
If it's going to happen, I guess it's better that it happens early.
See, that's another hot topic. Is like this game. There's still games, dude. They're going on the record. So like this game is just as important as a game in late September, as far as I'm concerned. Now that's not to get confused with it's early. We can get better, right? Like that's a different thing. The game matters.
Right.
We still lost the game. We're 1-1. Trying to win the series today. So it still matters because when it comes down to when we're fighting for, hopefully the division lead, that game's gonna matter. You know what I mean? But you ain't gonna win them all.
No, but especially look how it wound up last year. I mean, we were waiting to the last game of the year to decide certain races. So you're right. I guess every game does matter, but
yeah, no, it certainly does.
And I mean, forget our expectations. Look at what the pundits are saying about the AL East. They're saying, from what I'm hearing, and I've heard, I'm not going to say people's names because I don't want people, but you listen to EI, I listen to the Sports Hub, and from what I'm hearing, is the expectation is Toronto, but maybe not even Toronto, because how much better are they than the Red Sox kind of thing? Right? So I think that the national pundits are kind of thinking that it might be kind of wide open.
Yeah.
So I guess you're right. I guess these early games do matter. But we know every team goes through a slump. We know this.
Yeah.
Most teams have some kind of streak. We know that. So,
yeah.
I give it. This is like warming up your engine.
Yeah.
It's really cold out right now, so the engine needs to be warmed up. So, the races will be more important for me in about a month. I'll give it a month to see how people set in. But here's the thing, though: a lot of these guys should be warmed up for the baseball classic.
I know.
They've been playing meaningful baseball. It's not like they're coming in there cold.
No, and everyone does this. Like, everybody overreacts early in the season. Like, it's gonna happen. Judge strikes out 4 times in the first game, and people are like giving him shit. It's like, dude, it's one game. Relax. Like, the guy's gonna hit. And how many home runs is he gonna hit this year? What do you think? 45, 50?
What do I think?
Yeah,
50 plus.
50 plus. Yeah.
And
tell you what, that brings us to the expectations.
Oh, does
right? It does.
Yeah.
So.
We did the Red Sox, but we won't do the Yankees recap because we're so we won't even go through that
one. We talked about it.
Yeah, we did. I just said we're 3-0.
Right, you're 3-0. That's not going to last long.
It won't, and I know this because I'm a realist. But I can bask in it while I can, right?
Yeah, you might as well now because it's not going to be like this. Okay, we ain't winning every game. And you're going to give up runs, too.
Yeah, the only thing I need to do to sabotage y'all is DoorDash some chicken and beer to your freaking clubhouse in the middle of a game. Yeah, I'm going to do. DoorDash it.
All right,
DoorDash
give me your Yankee expectations. I got them up on the screen.
So my expectations, realistically,
okay.
These aren't my hopes. These are my realistic, I got my hat on expectations.
Right.
Pass the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Not make the first round, but get into the playoffs and win the first round.
Make the divisional round. Yeah.
Yep. Judge has got to hit for 50-plus home runs.
Okay.
Schlittler, he's important to me because, he pitched really good at the end of last year, which was limited. I mean, he pitched one game, I think maybe 2. I'm not even sure. But he pitched well. But if he can be as good as I think he's going to be, then we'll have a rotation with Cole, who was our best pitcher.
Yeah.
Right? But then we have Max Fried. Right?
Yeah.
And then we have Rodon. I believe Fried and Rodon were 1-2 in wins in the American League.
Yeah.
And then you have Cole, who was our best pitcher, who didn't even pitch. So if you can put Cam in there, and he can perform, and I'm talking about, okay, win 13, 14 games for us.
Yeah.
If he can do that, I think that's key.
Sure. I agree.
Reduce the errors. I mean, look, I know you know this more than I do. Because the only team that had more clown show errors than us was you guys. Yeah. I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, I would look at stuff and be like, I got a deal. The best contract of all time. You paid that guy $10 million to drop that? Pay me $1 million. I'll drop it. You save $9 million.
That's a good point.
There you go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And save them $9 million off the rip. I can do what you can pay me to do what they were doing in the field.
Yep.
Gotta reduce the errors. Improve the base running. I mean, again, clown show. You know what I'm saying? I thought at times, like, glaze was over my eyes and I saw a clown car drive onto the field and, like, the Yankees just started getting out of the clown car. Like, what are you guys even doing? And then we need to be top 2 in the AL East.
Yeah.
We need to be top 2 in the AL East. I think
agree.
getting in the wild card, I don't think it's going to do it. I think if we're going to go anywhere, and have any meaningful season. And what I mean by meaningful is like if we do the same things we did last year, it's not meaningful to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
like we need to do that. And if we could do all of those things, I think we'll be in good shape. But over 162 games, good luck.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, I think those are all pretty realistic for sure. You know. All right, so
Tell me about the Sox.
Sox expectations, just make the playoffs. I expect them. Again, this isn't our hopes. This is what we expect to happen. Minimum, bare minimum, right? Make the playoffs, right? You can't miss the playoffs. I think that goes without saying. I think win 90 plus games. Is that a stretch? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that should be expected with our lineup, our roster. I think winning 90 games or more is expected. Again, same as you, 1 or 2 in the AL East. You know, I think it's going to be Sox, Blue Jays, Yanks. 2 out of 3 of those are going to be up in the top 2. I don't, whatever. Buy at the deadline. This is going to be a thing where the whole first half of the season, Red Sox fans are going to go, oh yeah, but the trade deadline, and then we'll do nothing like we do every year, most likely. But I think it should be expected to at least be buyers and not sellers, right? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
My question is this: why would you, given the history, given how you know your organization operates, why do you put that up there? Why do you? Doesn't he still?
It's still expected to be a buyer.
Doesn't he still have like $300 million that he would have just broke even with spending last year to spend, and he didn't?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, are you saying that you think you're going to see this, or this is what you're hoping to see?
No. My expectation. I'll make this
so
clear.
You
Let me make this.
To buy at the deadline.
No. Let me say this again so you get me nice and clear. I expect them to be buyers and not sellers.
Right.
Now, I hope they pick up a big bat. What we'll probably do is pick up somebody's backup fucking shortstop or third baseman that can hit lefties kind of good, and we'll stick them on the bench, and then we'll get rid of them after the year. That's probably what we'll do.
Yeah.
But at least we'll be buyers and not, we expect them to be buyers, not sellers. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't expect them to get a big bat. I hope they get a big bat. That's a little different. Okay, next one is top 5 in the league in team pitching. I think that's top 5 in MLB in team pitching stats.
I think that you guys should, like, if you're not top 5 in pitching, I consider your pitching rotation to be an epic fail this year.
100%.
If you're not top 5,
right.
Not only is it you didn't meet expectation, but it's epic fail.
Epic fail. Yep, I agree. Lead the American. This one might be a hot take. Lead the American League in steals. As a team, right? Look at our speed guys, dude. We got 5-6 guys that should be stealing bases every time they get on. Every time. There's no question we should be leading the league in steals.
You kind of got to get on base to do that, though, don't
you? Yeah, which is, again, we hit singles, bro. Like, you hit a single, you steal, now you just got a double, right? That should be our game plan all year because we don't have the home run guy, right? Again, Jarren Duran the first 2 games was our DH. And I love Jarren Duran. He's not, the guy's one of our best athletes and he's DHing. Why? Because we don't have that guy to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Beat the Yanks. That's my last expectation. Win the season series because it has to be, right? It has to be.
So speaking of winning the season series.
Oh yeah.
How about a little wager, buddy?
Okay. What are you thinking?
Well, we can do one or 2 things. We can say who wins the series between us, which this is the Yanks-Sox rivalry, so I'm thinking that's what's most important.
No, that's what it is, yeah.
So whoever wins the season series between us, I think the other person needs to do a pilgrimage.
Do a pilgrimage?
Do a pilgrimage.
Okay, what are you suggesting?
Well, I'm thinking if the Red Sox beat the Yankees in their series,
Okay.
I think I should go to Fenway,
Yep.
adorned in a Red Sox attire,
Yep.
bow down in front of Fenway,
Oof. I
and
like
then
that. I like the sound of that.
puke my guts out.
So that
But yeah,
means if the Yankees win, I
mhm.
got to get my ass down to Yankee Stadium.
You do.
At least, you know what though? At least I could get a nice slice of pie while I was down there.
You'll
You
get
know
a
what I'm
nice.
saying?
Well, here's the thing. I'm a New Yorker. I don't live there. And New York is not the New York you're thinking of anymore. So
They
the
still got good
pilgrimage,
pies, dude. Right?
they do got good pies, kind of. Yeah, I
They
mean,
got
yeah.
bad pies, I'm sure too, but I'm sure there's still some plenty of
I'll
good
put it.
pies.
I'll put it to you like this: if you want a good pie, don't go to any of the places that say on YouTube they have good pies.
Okay.
If you want a good pie,
Okay.
don't. Well, I'm going to go with you, so I'll take it.
Right. All right. Yeah,
We'll
I'll
go
have a
down here
You
together.
can
I'll
be
get
my
some good
chaperone.
sauce.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be a
need a
chaperone.
bodyguard anyway. Well, although
Yeah,
I
don't
will
know.
be wearing Yankees gear, so I'll be all right.
But here's the thing: but we got to do that. We got to be in and out of there.
Yeah.
That's the truth. In and out.
In and
I ain't
out.
messing with them.
So that's a bet then. So
I think that's a bet.
so there it is. Red Sox win the season series. We're going to Yankee. I'd bow down in front of Yankee Stadium, and vice versa.
And vice versa. And the lucky thing for me is, even though I love the Yankees, I have the unfortunate situation of having to live in Massachusetts now because my wife is a Massachusetts native and decided that she wanted to move back home. So now I got to deal with this fugaziness on a regular basis. But that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, it is okay. It is okay.
Yeah, because you know what the thing about it is my wife, the woman that for 20 years, is going to be rooting for you.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the
Yeah.
hell out of here.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see. That's a good bet, though.
It's not even a thing because I'm going to win the bet anyways. It's
Are
not
you?
even a thing.
Well,
Yeah.
the first April something, first Yankees Red Sox game.
Is it?
Yeah, April. I forget
What
the
are we
date,
gonna
but
do
it's
for
in
that?
April. So real quick, coming up, Red Sox are playing the Astros next. Who you guys playing? Seattle
I think we got Seattle tomorrow.
at Seattle, and then at Astros for the Red Sox. Should be interesting.
It will.
Should be
Yeah,
interesting.
Seattle. You know, I'll put it to you like this: I'm not going to talk any junk, right? But if we can win, like if we can, we got 1, 2, 3, and then we got. So we're home after the Seattle series.
Yeah,
If we sweep Seattle, you're going to hear me talking more crap than I should be allowed to, even though it's earlier in the season.
you can overreact. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what's the sense of being a passionate fan? You can't overreact. Overreacting as a fan is 99% of the journey.
We wouldn't be doing it if we weren't going to overreact, for sure.
No.
For sure.
But I will be keeping close tabs on it. What do you guys, when's the first pitch tonight? What is it, like 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock? Where you got the night game?
Sox? No, 110. I think it's 110.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's close. So yeah, we'll do this we'll record this show every Sunday. We'll release it.
Yep.
What do you think? Sunday night, Monday morning? What do you think? Sunday night?
You know, either or.
Either or. So it'll be out.
Either or.
It'll be out Sunday night, Monday morning. Let us get through a couple. We'll clean it up. We'll make it nice and smooth. And yeah, we look forward to having a hell of a season and having some fun in here for sure.
Absolutely.
But all right, I think we're gonna roll out. I think we've done long enough. So we will catch
I
everybody.
gotta go get some beer to watch this Red Sox blasphemy.
I'm gonna go take a few whacks, and then I'll be watching. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and I'll be texting you every time you.
And you'll be texting me, right? Every single inning. Hey, why didn't they score last inning? Hey, Chris, why didn't they score, bud? I don't know, because we didn't score. Every pitch, like he threw a ball, guy. I thought he was supposed to be good. We'll see what happens. You noticed I haven't texted you once, except for when Judge struck out 4 times.
And you couldn't wait to do that.
That's all I had. That's all I
Say,
had.
that's all you had. You didn't
I
have
haven't had
anything.
shit. I should have been on it when they scored at least 1 run against you, but I don't know how far that was going to go because you guys won the game.
Yeah,
So
you did.
kind of pointless. But all right, let's wrap it up. We're going to see everybody next week.
All right, brother.
All right.
Everybody have a good week. Thanks for watching. Hey, and if you watch this, you guys subscribe for us.
Oh yeah, please like, subscribe.
And like it. Even if you don't like it, like it. Come on, what's it for you? Just like it anyway.
If you don't like it, hit the like and then tell us why you don't like it in the comments. That's what
there you go.
We'll respond to your comments.
And,
Good or bad.
Yeah.
We'll respond unless you're John Henry, in which point we'll block you. We'll just block your ass.
Well, I love John Henry. John Henry.
I'm sure you do.
Player.
Yeah.
He's our player.
All right. Everybody have a good one.
All right.
See ya.